So the rumours have it that Disney is trying to make a new deal with the BBC, and that basically their new deal would mean that Doctor Who is now going to be owned almost entirely by Disney, at least 2/3. They would have worldwide distribution rights. BBC would potentially have the right to broadcast in the UK exclusively. But the problem is that the intellectual property will be owned by Disney. Steamboat cunty over here. Now, if you've ever seen the Americans try to make something like Doctor Who, the IT Crowd, Fawlty Towers, Have I Got News for You, the USA version, you'll tend to find that they just don't quite know what they're doing. They lack everything. You name it, they lack it. We've always had at least UK-based Doctor Who from the north, the south, Scotland. All of this was fine, but we're already getting problems with their logic when it comes to casting. And the biggest problem we're getting here is that Doctor Who, as an American actor, would potentially be disastrous. If you think the casting has been bad for the last two Doctors, I hate to think what the Americans might manage to do. I have nothing against American television. American television often has some very, very good things. Look at The Last of Us. Look at The Sopranos. Look at a number of shows. One of the problems is that much of the involvement has been through the UK. Lots of their greatest performances have been from UK actors in their prestige shows. And taking over Doctor Who would be an accident waiting to happen. It's bad enough at the moment. Let's face it, Doctor Who at the moment is failing. It cast two people who were exceptionally good performers, but not as Doctor Who. Stories that have been leaning towards the message-based, which, although Doctor Who had those in the past, they weren't the norm, they were the exception. If you look at message-based television, Black Mirror, for example, has hundreds of messages about the dangers of technology and the greed of corporations. It's written by an English humorist. It's thought and written carefully. It isn't something that's on 10 shows every year. That's on maybe 6 episodes, once every 2 or 3. It's careful. It's considered. Doctor Who has forgotten about its Monster of the Week, or even Monster of the 6-week roots, and has become preachy and sometimes a little bit lacking in understanding of what they're actually preaching about. And Disney, well, Look at Snow White. Look at how badly that's done worldwide. That's been an absolute disaster area. It's lost more money than it cost by such a margin that it could damage the careers of everybody involved with it. You have to have some common sense. You've got to know your market. If you look at the latest top movie, the Minecraft movie, there's not a lot to it. There's an awful lot missing from the point of view of story, but it understands its audience. It isn't looking to be complicated. It's supposed to be exactly what it is. A bit of fun for exactly the right audience. And Doctor Who can be every bit of that. It can be funny, it can be moving, it can be thought-provoking, and it can have messages, important messages. But it has to be sparing, it has to be entertainment first, and message second. And Disney, well, at the moment their history is message first, everything else later. And they fail over and over again. Their Marvel cinematic universe is failing but succeeding. Deadpool versus Wolverine was treated as Ryan Reynolds wanted to be, as something the fans would enjoy, something that wasn't too serious or too much. Entertainment, pure entertainment. And it worked. It made a hell of a lot of money, and yet Captain America Brave New World fell on its arse because they forgot where they were coming from. And to put a company like that, and Disney owns Marvel, in charge of Doctor Who, without the British sensibilities that made it what it was, if that were to happen, and at the moment it's only a rumour, of course, but if it was to happen, I don't think we would have any real Doctor Who ever again.